Greetings. Pacific Trading Academy presents Mentor Mike Bridges' Cosmic Truths of Trading, those times when always and never actually apply. Today is Thursday, July 24, 2014, and it's around 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. So let's begin. For those of you who don't already know me, I'm a retired California lawyer who used to specialize in financial planning. I've held a variety of FINRA licenses, Series 3, Commodity Futures and Options, Series 7, General Securities, and Series 66, Investment Advisor. I've also held various California insurance licenses in life, accident, health, and variable contracts. But my favorite thing to do for most of my adult life has been trading the markets, learning about the markets, and teaching other people about the markets. I actually have been trading since 1984. That's 30 years ago. And I've been mentoring other traders in stocks, futures, and Forex since around 2000. I've been an NFA CFTC registered commodity trading advisor since 2003. My favorite method in market is to day trade the S&P E-mini. My favorite platform is NinjaTrader 7, and my favorite broker is Trenton Kimino at Global Futures in Encino, California. My one concession to social media is LinkedIn. I am a member of LinkedIn, and this is my public profile. If any of you watching today are members of LinkedIn and are not already connected with me, please invite me to join your network, and I will be happy to accept. This is a good way for us to stay in touch. I post on an almost daily basis the results of my trading, both personal and in the trading room, and I also post information about upcoming webinars. I also have a permanent presence on the Pacific Trading Academy website. This is my blog page. The way you get there is by going to pacifictradingacademy.com. You go to blog and Mentor Mike's Market Movie. In addition to regular postings, I usually record the webinars like our presentation today, and they then have a link on my blog page as well. So if you have friends who aren't able to make it today who might benefit from today's presentation, you can let them know that they can see the video later on by going to my blog page. Also, I just recently created a webinar index going back to the fall of last year. There's about 13 different webinars listed here. I give the date, the title, a couple sentences describing the content, and most importantly, there's an actual video link that you can use to watch those webinars. So I put a fair amount of work into these things, and I think there's some valuable information there. So the webinar index is going to be one of the freebies we'll be giving away today, along with the printed copy of Cosmic Truths of Trading. Well, let's get to it, folks. By way of introduction, in school I studied liberal arts, taking just as much math and science as I needed to graduate. But as I've gotten older, my interest in physics, on both the macro and micro scale, has grown considerably. One of my personal intellectual goals has become to understand more about the universe or universes in which we live. To that end, I recently reread A Brief History of Time by Stephen Hawking and The Fabric of Reality by David Deutsch. And as I pondered the mysteries of black holes and charmed quarks, it occurred to me that just as the behavior of galaxies and neutrons is governed by immutable laws, so too is the behavior of we lowly humans. Whether we are making war, making love, or trading the markets, we follow predictable patterns in our responses to the stimuli of existence on this material plane. In my webinars and mentoring course, I frequently refer to various cosmic truths of trading. In this presentation, I will expand on that concept and attempt to show you a few of the basic principles which, in my humble opinion, lie at the roots of successful trading. I consider myself to be a pretty good technical trader and teacher of technical analysis, but the topics I will cover herein go well beyond trading methods. I figure that my students don't seek me out just to learn about overlays, oscillators, and the parabolic SAR. They want a distillation of my 30-plus years of trading experience and my reflections and conclusions about that experience. In this presentation, I will try to be informative, thought-provoking, and perhaps occasionally amusing. And since time is our most precious commodity, we should always spend it carefully. So I hope you will feel that attending this webinar is a wise investment of your time. Let's begin by looking at the cosmic truths of trading capital. Before we take the plunge into actual trading, we must be prepared intellectually, emotionally, and financially. This means that you must only trade with risk capital. What exactly is risk capital? Well, in a very general sense, it's money that you can afford to lose without any adverse effect on your ability to support your current lifestyle. But I think we need to be more specific. Financial planners will tell you that the first step on your way to financial independence is to sock away 6 months of living expenses in an interest-bearing savings or money market account. Now, this was originally written before the recession of 2008. So many planners now say that 6 months should be perhaps closer to 8 months or even 12 months. But the point is, you need an emergency expense fund to carry you through hard times. That way, if you are laid off or laid up, you have time to get back on your feet without a major financial disruption. The second step is to purchase insurance to protect all your family's major assets, home, health, and the life of the primary breadwinner. And in our litigious society, you must also have insurance against liability for injuries to persons and property related to driving your automobile, inviting people onto your property, and practicing your profession. Only after these first two steps are fully covered should you begin trading. And please understand, this advice is not just a good idea. I believe that it is really essential to your success as a trader. If you try to trade without a proper financial foundation, you will not be trading. You will be gambling foolishly. If the money you are risking is money you need to pay the rent or buy groceries, that fact will be in the back of your mind no matter how hard you try to deny or ignore it. Pro gamblers say, scared money never wins. This translates into trading as well. When you trade, you already start out at a disadvantage. Humans are not natural-born traders. Our instincts tell us to postpone taking losses and to jump on profit at the earliest possible time. That's why we must have a logical, easy-to-apply money management plan to follow. If you compound the problem by risking money you can't afford to lose, you're really stacking the deck against a favorable outcome. Now, this advice may come as very disappointing news to those of you who want to trade but don't currently have the proper foundation I've described above. But take heart. There's a simple process that will eventually get you to where you want to be. The secret is to pay yourself first. Put 10% or more of your take-home pay into an interest-bearing savings or money market account until you can build the necessary financial foundation. Whoa, that's a tall order. If you're like most people, your expenses tend to rise to consume all your disposable income, no matter how much you make. So how can you break out of this debtor's prison that you built for yourself? Ever heard the riddle, how do you eat an elephant? The answer is one bite at a time. If you can live on 100% of your current take-home paycheck, could you live on 99%? Of course you could. So, next month, do it, and put the extra 1% in an interest-bearing account. Once you've proven to yourself that you can live on 99% of your take-home pay, make it 98% and bank the extra 2%. Continue to cut back in small, manageable increments until you are saving at least 10% of your income. Don't worry about how long it takes. If you're motivated, you'll find ways to increase your income and the amount you save each month. Besides, patience is a necessary virtue for a good trader. We don't rush into trades. We wait until we have a high probability situation with the odds in our favor. Trading is not a get-rich-quick endeavor, and anyone who tells you differently is lying to you. Trading is a thoughtful, honorable profession that benefits both the trader and our nation's economy. If you prepare yourself properly and become a worthy professional, trading can bring not only money, but also more of that most precious commodity, time. Time to be with loved ones. Time to pursue your true bliss, whatever that might be. But if you disrespect the profession and underestimate what good trading requires, you can be crippled financially to an extent from which you may never recover. So don't gamble, trade, and trade professionally. Follow the Boy Scout motto, be prepared. While you are saving your risk capital, use that time to learn how to trade properly and to practice your skills on the demo platform. I guarantee that you'll be a more confident and competent trader when you begin for real. And that confidence and competence will show up in the bottom line of your trading account and in every other aspect of your life. Cosmic truths of risk. Okay, you now have your account funded with genuine risk capital and you're ready to start. The next cosmic truth of trading you must confront is that all trading involves risk. There is no reward without risk. Surely this comes as no great surprise. After all, everything worth having in this life requires some degree of risk to achieve, and trading is no exception. It must be thus. Risk and reward are simply another manifestation of the yin and the yang, the universal duality. Without the risk of loss and failure, you would never appreciate the rewards of profit and success. And, of course, if you seek a higher reward, you must bear a higher risk. Risk is inevitable. You cannot completely avoid it, but don't fear it. Embrace it. Without it, there would be no reward. Learn money management, and you can control it. Controlling risk is the key to trading success. Cosmic truths of loss. Losses are an inevitable part of trading. No trader wins 100% of the time. You will lose sometimes. The trick is to reframe the experience of losing from a negative one into a positive one. Turn every loss into a learning experience. Do a post-mortem on every losing trade. Did you read a signal incorrectly? Did you ignore one of your money management rules? If you made a mistake, accept it and resolve not to do it again. Sometimes you'll discover that you did everything right, but you still lost because the market reacted to some unexpected external event or news. When that happens, congratulate yourself that you played the cards that you were dealt as best you could. And remember that trading is always a matter of probabilities, not certainties. Over time, you will see more and more of the characteristics and idiosyncrasies of the market. But don't ever think that you've seen them all. Just when you think you know how the market will react in every situation, it will throw you a curve you have never seen before. And that's why your worst loss is the one that hasn't happened yet. Cosmic truths of fear and greed. Psychologists say that the primary motivators of all human behavior are fear and greed. Sometimes they soften greed to desire, but it's the same thing. Fear of pain and punishment, greed for pleasure and reward. Just one more example of the universal duality, the old yin-yang. Most of us feel a more or less balanced mixture of fear and greed, and usually this is a good thing. Fear keeps us away from danger, and greed drives us to achieve necessary goals and objectives. But in certain people, one of these emotions will dominate their personalities. Some people continually move away from pain and punishment, while others move toward pleasure and reward. Moving away from people are frequently too risk averse to even think about trading at all. If they are drawn to trading, they are often too timid to enter trades. When they finally do, they ride their stops too close to the action and grab small gains as soon as they can instead of letting their profits ride to their maximum potential. Moving toward people are drawn to the excitement and profit potential of trading, but often their boldness crosses over into recklessness. They stay in losing trades, hoping they'll turn around when they should be accepting a small loss and moving on. As Socrates advised, know thyself. Do some serious introspection, and you will realize the extent to which fear and greed naturally and unavoidably motivate your behavior in trading and elsewhere. In that way, you will develop a greater appreciation for the importance of my money management plan. When you know what tools to use in every trading situation, you won't have to rely on your fearful and greedy instinctive behavior. Cosmic truths of the success mindset. Before your life can change for the better, you personally must change for the better. Success is not some external thing that you seek for and find like a buried treasure. You must make yourself into the kind of person that naturally attracts positive people and situations into your life. And this essential metamorphosis begins with the content of your conscious mind, your thoughts. Or, to put it in its simplest form, you become what you think about, says Earl Nightingale. If there are two pianos in a large room and you strike middle C on one piano, when you walk over to the other piano, you will find that middle C is vibrating in sympathetic resonance with the first piano. Our thoughts are a form of radiant energy that is capable of attracting events, circumstances, and people that resonate in the same frequency. If you believe in the truth of mental sympathetic resonance, as I do, then it makes sense to always keep your conscious thoughts on positive goals and away from anything negative. And perhaps the worst kind of negative thought is self-doubt about your own abilities. Henry Ford said, "Whether you believe that you can do a thing or whether you believe that you cannot, either way, you're right." When it comes to trading, if you tell yourself that trading is too difficult or that you are too emotional to be a good trader or that because you've lost before you'll probably lose again, your negative thoughts will turn you into a human magnet, attracting all the negative events you dwell upon into your life. But if you maintain an attitude of positive expectation, if you repeatedly tell yourself that you are a vigilant, disciplined trader who wins more than he loses and whose average winner is larger than his average loser, eventually that will become your reality. Cosmic truths of the comfort zone. The motto of the Olympic Games is Citius Altius Fortius. That's Latin for faster, higher, braver. In many ways, the games are a metaphor for life. There are numerous forms of human endeavor in which the highest achievers are those who are faster, higher, and braver than the rest of the pack. In business, those who can be first to the marketplace with a new idea or invention usually win the lion's share. And we have already talked about how successful traders must accept, bear, and control risk in order to earn the reward of profit. It seems as though we are constantly urged to push the envelope and taught that our reach should exceed our grasp. Therefore, what I'm about to tell you will sound strange. Nevertheless, I believe that it is a cosmic truth of trading that the best traders always stay within their comfort zones. Faster, higher, braver are excellent words of encouragement and inspiration in countless types of activity, but trading isn't one of them. When a trader places himself under stress of any kind, he is likely to respond instinctively. That means emotionally, and that means fear and greed. Your risk tolerance comes down to the relative levels of fear and greed in your personality. Too much fear and you will be overly risk averse. You will miss good opportunities because you're afraid to enter the trade. You will ride your stops too close and get stopped out prematurely. And you will grab small profits when you should be letting them ride. Too much greed and you become foolhardy. You will take iffy trades that you should avoid. You will risk too much capital on each trade and you will stay too long in losing trades. The key to an optimal level of risk tolerance is balance. As an aside before we continue, this is partly my problem. I have a tendency to stay in losing trades too long. It's something I'm continually working on. Cosmic truths of balance. I admonish my students to keep the elements of your life in balance. Now it's time to get more specific. My favorite motivational speaker is Brian Tracy. In his audio tape series entitled Brian Tracy's Action Strategies for Personal Achievement, he states that to be a well-balanced individual, a person needs to have goals in 6 major areas of his or her life. They are physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, and social. If you neglect any area for too long, your life will start to wobble like a wheel that is out of balance, and your attitude and performance in the other areas will eventually begin to suffer. The idea is to formulate several worthwhile goals in each major area and to do something positive and concrete toward the accomplishment of those goals every day. Naturally, there will be days when it's just not possible to work on all 6 areas. So, on those days, you can concentrate on the areas that you are able to deal with and then get back into full balance as soon as you can. For example, if you're a student with final exams coming up, your mental goal of doing well in school must take precedence. As a result of your studying, you may not be able to hit the gym for a few days. That's a physical goal. And you may not be as attentive to your significant other as you would like to be. That's an emotional goal. But once your exams are finished, then you can get back into balance. Physical goals can be anything to do with your body. Some obvious ones are maintaining good health, physical fitness, and your ideal weight. Your physical goals could also include learning or becoming better at physical skills like painting, sculpting, your favorite sport, or musical instrument. Mental goals include any kind of improvement of the mind. If you dropped out of school, go back and get your degree. Get a higher degree. Take classes in whatever piques your interest. Learn a foreign language. Read all the works of your favorite author. Go to more plays, concerts, and museums. To me, these first 2 are the core areas. The ancient Greeks preached a sound mind in a healthy body. When you feel good about your progress physically and mentally, it makes the achievement of your other goals in all the other areas easier. Emotional goals are all about the important relationships in your life. Your goals should include specific things that you can do to be a better spouse, parent, friend, coworker, etc. I've had several husband-wife pairs and also many parent-adult-child pairs who have taken my course together. Trading can be a great way to bond with a loved one over a shared activity. In my case, neither my wife nor my children share my enthusiasm for trading in the markets, but happily, we've managed to find many other areas of mutual interest. When you're on good terms with the most important people in your life, it is much easier to concentrate on all your other tasks, including trading. Spiritual goals can include learning about your chosen religion. And even if you don't subscribe to a specific belief system, you can strive in your own way to reach a state of inner peace. There are 3 writings that I have always found to be spiritually uplifting. Interestingly, I found 2 of them embroidered on neat little framed samplers hanging in the homes of 2 very different ladies I have known. When I was a young boy, I had a feisty great aunt. She kept a loaded 12-gauge shotgun under her antique 4-poster bed. Excuse me, folks. I neglected to disconnect my phone before starting our presentation. I was saying that on the wall above her headboard hung a sampler that read, "God helps those who help themselves." I've always found these words to be empowering. Variations include such sayings as, "Fortune favors the brave," and "Act boldly and unseen forces will come to your aid." Many years later, I was a guest at a quaint, cozy mountain cabin belonging to a young lady I met in law school. Above her kitchen window, in colorful cross-stitching, were these words: "I have pondered the meaning of life and explored the mysteries of the universe, but right now I just want a cookie." Whenever I get too full of my own importance or feel overwhelmed by forces that seem beyond my control, these words bring me back and remind me not to take things too seriously. And if you'll pardon me 1 quick second, I'm going to disconnect my phone cable. And I'm back. Thank you very much. Sorry about that. The 3rd writing that always touches my spirit is a poem called Desiderata. Many people think that the poem's author is anonymous and that the original manuscript was found in St. Paul's Church in Baltimore in 1692. But in reality, the poem was written in the 1920s by a fellow named Max Ehrman, a poet and lawyer from Terre Haute, Indiana. I first saw Desiderata in 1970. It was a poster on the wall of an incense-filled head shop in Hollywood, hanging between blacklight portraits of Jimi Hendrix and Jim Morrison. But I was instantly moved by it. If you are familiar with these words, you probably know what I mean. If not, see what you think. Here is Desiderata. Go placidly amid the noise and the haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible, without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others, even to the dull and the ignorant. They too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons. They are vexatious to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain or bitter, for always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own career, however humble. It is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Be yourself, especially do not feign affection. Neither be cynical about love, for in the face of all aridity and disenchantment, it is as perennial as the grass. Take kindly the counsel of the years, gracefully surrendering the things of youth. Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune, but do not distress yourself with dark imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. Beyond a wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. And whether or not it is unclear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you conceive him to be, and whatever your labors and aspirations in the noisy confusion of life, keep peace in your soul. With all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be cheerful and strive to be happy. Social goals are the actions that you can take to give something back to your community, your country, and mankind in general. Volunteering a bit of your time to help others can be a great way to give something back and to feel good about yourself in the process. As you may have gathered, I take a very holistic approach to life in general and trading in particular. I believe that if you feel balanced in these 6 major areas, if everything you think, do, and say is moving you closer to worthy goals, you cannot help but be a happier, more positive person who attracts good things into your life, including more success at trading. Cosmic truths of the market. Some people think that there are many markets, stocks, funds, forex, commodities. There aren't. There is only one market, and the market is not what the traders are trading. The market is the traders themselves. The cosmic truth of the good trader. There is no such thing as a natural-born trader. We all start out with the same emotional flaws of fear and greed. Good traders become that way by acquiring the knowledge and skills they need through hard work and constant practice. Most good traders realize that modeling the methods of an experienced trading mentor is preferable to reinventing the wheel on their own. The cosmic truth of the Pareto principle, also known as the 80-20 rule or the law of the vital few. In most human events, roughly 80% of the effects come from 20% of the causes. In trading, it means that about 80% of traders consistently lose, and about 20%, that is 1 in 5, consistently win. So ask yourself, could I become one of the vital few? I'm looking for a vital few good traders to join Mentor Mike's Gadget, an acronym for Grand A Day Group of E-mini Traders. I can make absolutely no guarantees, but my personal goals are these: to help every student become a competent and confident trader with a win percentage of 90% or better, to help many students earn enough to pay for the course within 3 months, to help some students earn $1,000 per day or more within 1 year, and to help a vital few students earn $1 million within 5 years. I'm very serious. Are you interested? If you are, go to PacificTradingAcademy.com, go to the enrollment link and click on Mike Bridges Mentoring Course and Trading Room. All of the information you need is right here in great detail. If you click on this purple pill here, it will take you to this link where you can learn all about the pricing and the payment plan. And finally, you fill out your information, put in your credit card info, and you can enroll directly online. Now, for your benefit, here is a quick summary of what is included. You get 3 months access to 8 video lessons produced by me. You have up to 12 one-on-one hour-long phone conferences with me. You get 3 months of access to our twice-a-week live trading room from 7 a.m. to 12 noon Pacific time every Tuesday and Thursday. You get daily email updates from me that includes chart screen captures of my personal trading. And if you want to stick around in the trading room, as many have, there's an optional month-to-month extension. And here's what it costs. The all-inclusive tuition is $4,990, payable $29.95 down and $19.95 in 30 days. The optional trading room extension is $100 per month, and that price is also available for Pacific Trading Academy graduates who would like to join the trading room as opposed to taking the full course. And it doesn't matter if you were my student or if you worked with another mentor. That's still the price for PTA grads. Now, the big question is grand today a realistic goal? Well, let's take a look. I'm going to show you my charts, my personal trading for the 4 days of this week thus far. Here's Monday, the 21st of July. On these 3 trades, using my 9 contract, 3 target peeling off strategy, I made $1,200.50. And this is a figure net of my $6 per contract transaction cost. On Tuesday, not quite as good, $726. And let's see, we had 1, 2, 3, 6, made 5 out of the 6 trades. The next day, made 3 out of the 4 and a net of $321.50. And today, 5 trades, all winners. The net profit was $1,330. And here are those results so that you can see them more closely. The total for the 4 days was $3,578, which works out to $894.50 average per day. A little short of my grand a day goal, but as you can see, there were 2 out of the 4 days when I did exceed $1,000 per day. This, by the way, was the chart from the trading room today. Today happened to be Thursday, and that's one of our trading room days. And you can see we had 5 trades in the trading room, and our profit there was $1,205. And I have this demo platform set up so that it also deducts $6 per contract so that we can see a score that is closer to the real thing. So we had a very good and successful day today, and it's a great learning experience, and many of our students have renewed multiple times. Now the big question is, can my students do this? Well, student and fellow trader Kevin K of Pennsylvania made over $1,600 demo dollars just last week. Kevin earned another $1,190 plus demo dollars yesterday. And earlier this year, student and fellow trader Greg O of Florida made over $1,000 a day in both demo dollars and real money on multiple occasions. This is a screen capture from a trading day back in April of this year. These are real trades, real money. He traded 3 S&P E-mini contracts, and his net was over $2,600. So in answer to the question, is grand a day a realistic goal? The answer is most definitely yes. Now, I don't take questions after the program. I found that it's kind of difficult to do. But I encourage you to send me your questions. That gives you the opportunity to put a little more thought into them. It gives me a better opportunity to put more thought into my answers. So if you have questions or comments, and also if you would like to be added to my emailing list to receive my daily email updates, or if you would like to receive my webinar index that I showed you earlier, and or my special report, Cosmic Truths of Trading, then please send me an email at mentormike@charter.net and include your phone number and your time zone, please. And better yet, it would be great if you could become my student, in which case, go to pacifictradingacademy.com, enrollment, Mike Bridges, mentoring course and trading room, and begin the process. Now, I see we do have quite a bit of time left, so let me just see if anyone has written any questions here. But as I say, no, looks like everything's pretty cool at the moment. But if you think of anything, I will be happy to respond as quickly as I can, and I'll give you a thorough answer to whatever you ask. So remember, it is, let me go back to the previous slide here, if I can do that. Not quite. Mentor Mike charter.net. And thank you again for taking time out of your afternoon to meet with us. I really appreciate it. We'll have another hopefully useful webinar coming up for you in the next week or two. So check my blog page, check my LinkedIn profile, and make sure that you're on our mailing list. Thank you very much. Everyone take care.